We maintain to see the predominant organizations around the sector putting out documents and articles that nearly nobody surely appears into or reads. But if you genuinely do investigate them and study them and take a look at them, then you definitely understand wherein all the money is about to move. It's about to flood into the tokenization of the entirety around us in DLT blockchain, and the massive players in crypto are going to be those that achieve the rewards and by way of being an investor within the underlying assets that electricity these networks, meaning that we can additionally get extraordinarily rich and advantaged as well. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, all people. My call is Nick. For those which might be new to the channel, hopefully by the give up of this video, you do come to be a subscriber. So recently, the World Economic Forum placed out a piece of writing, and this is going return to December 10th. And we've monitoring financial systems, how tokenization is reworking international finance and funding. Now, I went and summarized this with chat.gpt just to prevent guys a while. However, we've here precise the upward push of tokenization in economic markets. The tokenization of economic property on blockchain is gaining traction globally, in particular at institutional and governmental degrees, promising to revolutionize how monetary and physical property are exchanged. Tokenization includes developing digital representations of assets on a blockchain, allowing actual time-steady transactions after years of funding, proof of ideas and testing. This generation is transferring from principle to exercise, addressing fragmented financial systems and inefficiencies. The key blessings of tokenization consist of progressed performance, worldwide connectivity, collateral mobility, and even fee financial savings. Now, this one I, in reality, want to place a highlight on due to the fact this is very widespread in phrases of this performance. 15 to 20 billion bucks in infrastructure operations and frees up over 100 billion in capital through green collateral control. So when absolutely everyone is saying, why could any financial institution, why could any institution, why might any major participant make use of tokenization? That is why. The sum of money that tokenization is going to store for these massive players is ridiculous. That's precisely why they'll all flood in. We have actual international applications are underway with projects like the Hong Kong Monetary Authority's venture Evergreen tokenized mutual finances from BlackRock and Franklin Templeton, and tokenized golden bonds by using Euroclear institutions just like the European Investment Bank. And Goldman Sachs have adopted tokenization to streamline bond issuance. Governance stays an important task with questions around ledger possession, safety, privateness, and compliance. Solutions like the Global Synchronizer Foundation, ruled with the aid of marketplace individuals and supported through the Linux Foundation, aim to provide transparency and neutrality in decentralized systems. Tokenization is poised to create a digitally local international financial network, connecting markets, improving monetary inclusion, and putting new requirements for modern-day capital markets. Now, as adoption hastens, tokenization will redefine international finance, presenting fairer, more resilient structures. So while we reflect on consideration on what that is definitely doing, tokenization is going to, in the end, revolutionize finance, everything, the whole lot that has a dollar-determined cost to it. It is all going to be touched via tokenization. Now, on pinnacle of this, there may be a splendid video that we're given posted through Subjective Views, and this is Clearbank Capability Ripple Associate. I might get into that during any other video, however, they are a capacity Ripple Associate, who banks Coinbase, KrakenFX, and Crypto.com, says $2.2 quadrillion really worth of equities, bonds, real estate, and derivatives can be tokenized. When the massive gamers like this, whilst the giants inside the room are telling you what's happening, it's likely pleasant to listen. But take a look at this out. My name is Johnny Fry. I paintings for an organization referred to as Clearbank. How lots of you heard of Clearbank out of interest? I'm a chunk of marketplace studies, it's getting higher. Now, by using the manner real quick, I just want to pause this because I did consist of a few clips from this conference. This is a top-notch convention. If you guys do get the chance to go and pay attention to all of it, there is a number of extremely good you recognize. There's a whole lot of terrific discussions and loads of records this has dropped within this convention that could, in the end, reshape your whole outlook in this area going forward. So certainly cross and concentrate to it if you have not already, but check it out. The PL is glaringly working. Clearbank is an alternative uncommon. They are the first bank in 250 years to be granted clearing financial institution repute. And having built efficaciously a fintech infrastructure issuer, we now discover ourselves at an interesting juncture. There are clients whose simplest got about 270, ranging from very massive global credit scorecard groups down to small kind of fintech corporations. Unlike many clearing banks, we are no longer terrified of crypto. Us.Thankx, because they're all regulated in some form or form, and therefore we're happy to have interaction very much with the token of space. Having stated that, we continually like to undergo in mind that the crypto market is more than 1 trillion, and I recognize many of you heard me say this loads of times earlier then, but the real international of equities, bonds, real estate, and the massive daddy is derivatives, which I recognize Richard Barker behind the room would no question speak about the alternative day. It's 2.2 quadrillion, and we think that a huge chunk of the arena, the 2.2 quadrillion over the years, will get digitized, tokenized, and therefore we might disagree with Gartner's. We think that we're genuinely in inflection point, not a trough of disillusion. What do you propose to do over the, say, subsequent 30, 60, 90 days to outline a plan on your new route? A lot of labor to be finished. locking up banking partners, critical, and additionally just different provider vendors within the enterprise. You recognize you clearly can't go it on my own, and we attempt to stick to our lane, and manifestly we are looking for approval to problem a solid coin. We're going to do that at the XRP ledger further to Ethereum. So enthusiastic about that, locking up banking companions, critical. And yeah, I suggest when we reflect on consideration on some of the one's potential companions, Ripple truly is one. That may be a banking companion. So we have long gone over that oftentimes. But what's loopy approximately, that is the quantity of cash, right? $2.2 quadrillion. We've been listening to approximately quadrillion greenbacks from Archix for an instance as well, and talking more so approximately Archix proper. Remember that they did associate with Ripple again in June of 2024. They introduced their extension to their current collaboration, waiting to carry loads of millions of bucks of tokenized actual world assets onto the XRP ledger over the approaching year. Now that was again in 2024. We have yet to look a good sized quantity of that virtually flowing onto the XRPL. There's probably some things which are still waiting to be pushed, like a number of the amendments. However, I will say this right now. When we look at Archix, they're a main call in this area, and that they've talked. They have already given us some perception on how a good deal money is available. Majority of it's going to go with the flow on chain via these public blockchains. In fact, all of it's going to finally, it's no longer going to occur in a single day, but you already know eventually. But we also have over here, Archix in collaboration with Ripple has released the first tokenized money marketplace fund on more PL.
This groundbreaking initiative brings tokenized assets to Aberdeen, three-factor $8 billion liquidity fund, paving the manner for better operational efficiencies and institutional adoption of RWA tokenization.
And keep in mind that Hedera additionally has a partnership with Archix. This is truly with Aberdeen's multi, you already know, billion-pound money marketplace fund as well using Hedera. Again, the key players are being tapped in. They are being chosen. Hedera and Ripple were selected for some time around the space, but I want to head again to August of 2023 due to the fact ILV_Al did publish this. I in reality know this record. I protected it in a video, possibly some months return simply now. But we've got determined throughout research last week, Archix tokenization roadmap, all asset training globally move on chain, medium time period. That manner no longer long time. With Speak Me, medium time period market opportunity is each tradable asset class in existence. I think about how insane this is coming from a name like Archix. This isn't always some random person posting this on X. No, that is coming from Archix themselves. This is dealing with some of the largest names accessible. Archix tokenization engine currently tokenized a £15 billion fund on Hedera. Over here, we've got the full breakdown proper. If you trust, as we do, that this indicates all asset training everywhere can advantage from tokenization and will flow on chain within the medium term. The marketplace possibility is virtually every tradable asset elegance in lifestyles. We have the sector money perspective as opposed to the asset instructions. We have 205 billion for Bitcoin once more. You recognize nowadays completely distinctive tail, 340 billion all cryptocurrencies, 647 billion different price range, 812 billion non-public debt, 1.6 trillion Amazon, 1.9 trillion Apple, 1.9 trillion Apple, 1.9 trillion USD in circulation. Now, yes, quite a few, this is modified through the years.